the Twin Peak.
The booby.
You know, I was kind of shocked when I first heard the name Twin Peaks as a show. Like, I was a kid, and I ate at Twin Peaks, like the restaurant with like the girls with the bikinis and stuff. And the first time I ate there, my dad. No, it wasn't my dad who took me there. It was like. No, yeah, my dad did take me there. Sorry, Dad, I'm going to throw you under the bus for this one. So, my dad took me there with my stepmom, and he was, like, looking at all the girls, and he was like, but, like, he claimed that it would be for, like, the steaks or whatever, which it never is. And then when we ate there, it's just, like, he spent, like, 85% of that entire dinner just, like, looking around, you know, obviously. And, I just talked to my stepmom the whole time. I felt like I was on a date with my stepmom, like getting to know my stepmom. Like, oh shit, you did that this weekend? That's crazy. My dad's like a fucking dog in like a pet store, you know, or a kid in a candy store. But he can't touch anything. He has no money. He can't. Not that you can be bought, you know, but you know, like if you were a candy store kid. Anyways, but the second time I ate there was with my friend Topher. We ordered like the hottest wings that they offered, and they were like something stupid like Inferno Flame or whatever, and I had that with him, and it was so hot that Hey Major, what are you doing? Why are you standing like you're gonna assault us? Hey, yo, boy.
Hello.
Hey, yo, my boy.
Oh, you're gonna interrupt the podcast.
Oh, hello. Yeah, what? Why do you look so sad, bud?
Can
you hear him?
Major.
He's so cute.
I love you.
Okay, bye. So me and Toph ordered like the Inferno Lava fucking Hell Layer 9 wings.
Wait, Topher Grace from that 70s show?
No, I don't even know him personally.
Yeah, you do. You just said you went and ate wings with them.
Dude, do you fucking think...
And he's from Spider-Man?
Oh, that's that guy? Fuck him after he made that fucking movie. I was so upset, and we're not going to get sidetracked, but I was so upset when I saw him in Spider-Man 3. I was like really fucking annoyed when I first... Because they don't show him in the previews. And they show him as Venom in the previews. But then
Venom, that's right.
They fucking show him in the movie. And like when he's introduced, I was like, this motherfucker is going to be Brock. Are you kidding me? And he's like the fucking lamest dude. Who could possibly play him at the time?
I know. That'd be like Toby playing him.
Yeah, Toby is also fucking lame for Spider-Man. But it's not like... what's that one guy's name? Who plays in Zombieland or whatever?
Is his name like Adam? No.
He's like a really catchy, cool name. But that kid's also super fucking lame. If he were Venom, I would have been furious too. But it was just made in a different time where different actors were big.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were trying to impress those girls, and it turned out really lame. Hey, welcome to podcast 10. So this is Save Room Suite 10.
The big 1-0.
The big 1-0.
Well, good thing you didn't say.
Oh my god. I'm gonna keep that in.
Yeah, just censor it with like a chicken noise or something.
Alright. So, have you seen a good movie lately?
Anthony and I started watching the Dracula movie.
On Netflix?
No,
that's a show, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
okay,
Bram.
Oh, like the old one?
Yeah.
Ooh. With the cool text.
It's so bad though.
Is it really? Oh, they wasted
it's
good font.
But yeah, it's I don't know. And then we seen.
You said you started watching it. You didn't finish it?
Yeah, we didn't finish it.
It was that bad.
Well, we just stopped because we started to eat and stuff like that.
Each other's assholes. That's cool. It was probably more entertaining than that old movie. Is it in black and white?
No, it's colored.
It's
not like super old.
It's colored. That's fucking racist. Oh my god. What made it bad?
It's just like
or like lame or whatever. It's an old movie, so they're like
it's like
naturally
early
kinda shitty.
2000s, I think.
Really?
And it's not the original Dracula.
That's what I thought it was.
No.
Oh,
This
okay.
one's got like Winona Ryder and
What? She's in it. Oh, I love her.
Keanu Reeves is the main character.
What?
He's like a guy researching Dracula.
What in the fuck?
But it's so overdone and like
Really?
very video gamey because there's a lot of fade-ins. Like he'll be like looking at the sky and like some eyes will like fade in on the sky and like fade out disappearance like to watch him, or there'll be like weird shadows that like try and reach at him. Like it's very video gamey.
What? Keanu Reeves is the main character,
Uh-huh.
and he's not playing Neo. I'm just kidding.
Or John.
Yeah.
But
I have to kill him, and if I don't, I'll break from the system altogether and be a vampire myself.
oh my god. But then we watched Swallow.
Ooh, I know what that one's about. Oh, okay. It's not a porno. Got it.
No, it's like this indie movie. This girl that looks
Still
a lot
could
like Jennifer Hudson.
Mhm.
I mean, Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer,
Aniston.
no, what's her name?
Love Hewitt.
Lawrence. Not
That was my
Hudson.
next one. Got it. The one from Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
She looks like identical to her, but
But it's not her.
no.
She is a twin?
But she.
Oh, that's why there's not. Okay, I got it. Because there's only one. She was swallowed, and then the other one is in the Hunger Games. That's really sad. Keep like throwing you off.
Oh
real
my God.
hard.
But no, it's like this movie about this woman. She's like unhappy with her life, and she's essentially doing things to get out of
Life, got it.
the relationship she's in, because
Uh-huh.
she was just like a retail worker, and her husband's like super rich millionaire,
Mhm.
and she's trying to get out of it because it's not her lifestyle. So she starts to swallow stuff.
Oh my fuck! I saw a preview for this. This
Yeah.
is a recent movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, this looks super interesting. She's like, she like started swallowing like bigger and crazier
yeah,
things,
it was like
right?
a marble at first, and then it was like
That looks
a
so
little
good.
figure, and then
That's
like,
not Jennifer Lawrence.
no.
I thought it
No,
was. When
no,
I
that's what I'm
saw
saying,
it.
like-
Okay. Yeah, I remember her. She like went to put something in her mouth, and I thought of that skit from Key and Peele where the guy starts putting. Dude, we're like, Michael Key is going to put the fucking marble in his
Oh my
mouth,
God.
and he's like, oh.
But it's kind of like that. Like she gets like euphoric in a way when she's like
yeah.
tossing it around in her mouth.
Yeah.
But then like she swallows it, and
Ew.
she ends up like, long story. Yeah, it was really interesting. And then we watched prior to that, because we've been watching a lot of movies.
Was this same day or like different days?
No, different days. This was
Okay.
like a few weeks
I was
ago.
like, wow, this is like a full movie, like a day,
No.
which would have been kind of nice.
But we've been watching a lot lately. But
Mhm.
I'm just thinking of memorable ones.
No, go for it, dude.
And then we watched The Invisible Man.
Oh shit! Oh, I wanted
That's
to see
out.
that so bad. Damn it. Oh, but then quarantine hit, and we
Yeah.
really didn't get to see like any movies that were coming out.
Well, it's because they
Fuck.
scrapped it from the movie theater and put it on demand.
Oh,
So you
nice.
could rent it online for $20.
That's
but,
kind of a lot, but okay.
But I mean, yeah.
I sounded salty because I was.
But amazing.
Damn it! I knew it would be good. I gotta watch this now.
It's so fun.
Maybe me
I
and
think
Kaylee
it's
can
on
watch it
Disney.
tonight. What is it on? Like, where'd you watch it?
We watched it on Amazon Prime.
Ooh, I have that. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's on.
Well,
It's-
who doesn't have Prime? And you know, if you have Prime, you also have Prime Video.
It's I think it's out physically now though too.
Oh, sweet.
But
I'm not saying where I work, but I know I can pick a movie from there. You know.
but it was incredible
Oh,
and so like edge on the seat
Really?
just because
Damn, that looks so good.
it's insane. Like there's all this stuff happening and you're like, why won't they believe her? Or
yeah.
or there's like camera angles that make it look like it's from his perspective.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, and there's like a really insane part that happens. Like literally, my mouth was like,
Yeah.
And Anthony and I didn't talk for like 30 seconds after that because it was so shocking.
You shouldn't talk during a movie anyway. Silence your cell phones.
Oh my god.
So like,
But
tell me
so
there was not like an invisible rape scene though, huh?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
No.
It'd have been a little weird because then they had to like somehow CGI her pussy opening up wide, but like nothing's in it. No,
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
A lot of like abuse though.
I'm sure. Yeah, that looked fucked up.
It was. I mean,
Is it based off that book, The Invisible Man? Isn't there a movie called? There's a book called like The
Yeah, but
Invisible
it's
Man.
completely
It's different.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just because this is like they're trying to change it up and make it fresh, so where it's a horror movie, thriller, and it's amazing. That reminds me, I need to buy it. But
Was it like scale of 1 to 10? Like 10 out of 10?
probably 9 or 10 for me.
Wow, that's fucking good for a horror movie.
Like, it's Suspiria level.
Yeah, I was
in my
about to say, I
opinion.
was like, Suspiria was like a 10 out of 10. That was fucking good.
Like, it is super good.
Mm-hmm.
And the ending was actually good too, and yeah, you just gotta pay attention.
Yeah, I imagine it's kind of hard for for me and like almost anyone besides you really that I watch movies with because they don't pay attention. My mom's pretty good about it, but she'll fall asleep, or she'll fucking ask questions during the movie that will be answered. Like, is that his dad? I'm like, he's in a family in a house with someone who looks like a mom too, so like probably. And then like seconds later they'll pass over like a frame with all of them in it. It's like, okay, well there's your answer. Why'd you ask? And then she'll ask me questions about
With
things,
the eggs they were eating.
but movies I haven't seen yet. It's like, who is this? I'm like, I don't know, but they're gonna tell you. Like, no movie just lets like the main things be like obscured, unless it's Mother, but that was really fucking good.
Yeah, that was another movie where I was just like,
A lot of people, I keep telling people to watch this, like that movie, and a lot of people like say that they're going. Oh, the 3 people that I've told, they're like, "Oh man, that sounds so good," and none of them have watched it yet. I'm like, it's like
insane.
available, like you can watch it for free on Hulu, and they're like,
Yeah, it is
"Oh,
on Hulu.
but that's so good. That sounds crazy." I'm like, I didn't even tell you all the crazy parts. The craziest part is the end. Well, like towards the end, where like they had the big crate, like there's all those people there, and the neck snaps. I was like, oh, that fucked me up. I was like, oh no,
it was insane.
that movie's fucking wild. I love that though. That movie is like crazy. Yeah, man, that's what was I saying? There's a lot of, so most people don't sit through a movie with me and just watch the movie. Because that's what I want a lot of times. And unless I'm drawing, but if I'm drawing, I'm like looking and drawing. But it's pretty rare that I want to draw and watch a movie. Because a good movie will have me put it down completely.
Yeah.
Like unless if I've seen the movie already, I'll do whatever the fuck I want during it.
Exactly. Like if I want to watch a movie but also don't, then I'll put something on that I don't really care about. But if it's something I'm like, oh, I need to see this, then
Yeah. Your house is actually
everything.
kind of perfect for a movie. You got the sound bar, and he has like a really like acoustic room for it. That's how we're recording the podcast, in like that theater room, and it's like fucking perfect.
It's just a living room.
Yeah, but it's like perfectly spacious. It's like small, but it's like right. There's I tried watching Knives Out. You gave me that movie like last week.
Yeah, I was about to say that was kind of the real one I watched.
I wanted to watch it, but like I didn't. I'm not smart enough at the time, to figure out that that's a movie you have to pay attention to.
Oh, for sure.
And like they did that psychology. What's that
talking.
psychology thing where they like make a sound or give you like a piece of food for whatever they want you to remember? What's that called?
I can't remember.
They do it with like animals.
But I know what you're talking
and
about.
like they'll ring a bell or something, and then like that part is like always coming back to
it's
you.
like some sensory thing.
Well, yeah. But they do that in that movie. In the beginning, where they're having the interviews, one guy keeps hitting the piano, like he'll hit a note, the same note, over like during certain parts.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I see what they're doing. But because they're doing that, and I'm not paying attention because I was trying to paint, and Kaylee was watching, she was drawing on our tablet, and I didn't have the volume up high enough because like the LG TV my mom has doesn't, it's not like our sound bars where it like mixes it. So that movie needs a sound bar because there's a lot of highs and lows, And so they'll do like epic music, and then like people are talking and you can't really hear it. So then you gotta turn it up, and then like it's super loud and you gotta turn it down.
Yeah.
And that LG TV is like crazy loud. So we're just gonna watch it. I think we'll watch it tonight. And
It
I
was
was like,
really good. Like it's worth it. That was
that's
another
what I
one.
want. Have you seen what's that called? Murder Mystery?
Oh.
It's an Adam Sandler movie on Netflix.
Oh, it's got Jennifer Aniston.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
Super
Anthony's
fucking
watching.
good.
Said it's actually really good.
Crazy good. Probably Adam Sandler's top
Like,
5
I
movies.
don't know.
Yeah, because it's Adam Sandler, you imagine it's going to be like the same old stupid shit with a goofy voice and a mixed plot or boring as fuck plot.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's a legitimately good movie because if Jennifer Aniston's in it, you know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And it was fucking super good. There was like a bunch of twists and stuff that I never saw coming.
There's a lot of twists and Knives Out.
That's what I want. I want to be able to like go through a certain portion of the movie, then pause it and go, I think it's that guy, and then unpause it, and then be
You'll
wrong,
see.
and then be wrong. I want to be wrong.
And then they lead it up a lot to where it's like I don't want to spoil.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it tonight. I hope, because Kaylee's like so weird about watching movies that aren't Lord of the Rings. We watched Raiders of the Lost Ark the other day, and I was like, I mean, I've seen this movie. Like, we should probably watch a different movie.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of why I scream the Indiana Jones thing when I play Call of Duty, and I'm like doing like I'll jump out of a fucking building, and I'll put my like parachute up, and I'll dive at this guy with my gun, and I'm like dun 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 dun, dun and then I'll die. So, do you have them?
What?
They're okay.
The Indiana Jones?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I have them all.
What are you looking for?
I was just looking at other movies that I've seen.
I saw. Oh, he let me borrow the second Sherlock Holmes movie. And so, like, 2 weeks ago, I watched the first one. Not for the first time, but, like, again. And that movie has, like, a graininess that I'm not a big fan of, but the color scheme is really nice. It's like, if you look at the first movie and the second movie, they have two different qualities. Like, one obviously looks like it's on DVD, and the other one looks like it's in 4K. But they came out only a few years back to back.
Yeah.
And it's like, they were like, oh, shit, people actually like this movie. And they worked way harder on the second one. And I didn't realize this until I watched the first one. It's definitely a movie where you gotta watch them both to feel like you watched one movie. Because you finish the first one, you're like, oh, that was, I mean, I guess that was good, but like I kind of feel undone. They had to have known they were making a second one, because the second one is so much better, and it seems like quintessential for the movie itself. So we watched the second one, and it was fucking incredible.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I think I got it when you worked at.
You've never
Cash
seen
America.
Game of Shadows? Dude, holy shit. Have you seen the first one, though?
Yeah.
The second one is way better. I mean, that's what I was just telling the podcast.
Yeah.
It's
You were?
it's so good. Like, it's so well done. And it's like super entertaining. It's like it combines the action and the mystery and like the plot and stuff. And Sherlock is wrong at one point. He's like, I made a mistake. And then, he's, condemned for his mistake. So he's flawed. He's pretty flawed. I like that. I fucking can't stand when they cop out a character, make him like the fucking best. So, oh, my balls. Yeah, man. I don't think I've seen another. We watched Raiders of the Lost Ark, which was still kind of good. There's a lady in that movie, the lead actress. She has some catchy name, but she looks like she's like from the 50s, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
But she has that look about her.
Yeah.
Really cute. Has like freckles and stuff.
Yeah, I know.
She died 2 years ago. She killed herself.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because I died, but I can't remember how.
I said to my mom, like, I was like, man, this lady's like, really pure, really pretty, and like she's a pretty good actress, and she's like kind of has like this like quirky what am I trying to say? Like, she's, I don't want to say she's bitchy, but she's like has like a
sass.
I guess she's real sassy. Yeah. So she's like a sassy lady, and I was like, oh, I bet she's great in other things. And then I was like, I've never seen her in any other movies really, but I'm sure she's in older movies. And then my mom was like, I think she died. And then she Googled it, and she was like, Jesus Christ, she killed herself. And I was like, Oh man, that makes me sad now. I mean, that explains it completely.
Mhm.
But Raiders of the Lost Ark came out like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But it was sad knowing that. Like, you're looking at somebody who's dead.
Mhm.
And someone was saying that's why old horror movies are scary. Or old movies are kind of scary. Like, old films and stuff. It's scary because they're all dead.
Yeah.
Like, you look at like a 30s movie, all of them are dead. The guy who filmed it, everyone in it.
Yeah. Literally
Everybody.
everything.
Yeah. And even that film is like kind of dying, you know?
Mhm.
Sad. Music's not like that. But you know, music before the 60s is dead. Nobody listens to music before the 60s.
Yeah.
Nobody is listening to 30s music. Because anyone who's interested in it is dead. All of them are dead. No one gives a fuck about that.
Yeah.
And you can't buy a 30s fucking CD because no one cares. And there's those people who, like, the albums and stuff that were made were probably all forgotten. And most of them are probably at the bottom of a dumpster somewhere.
Jesus.
Isn't that sad? Like, think of like all the cassette tapes. No one listens to cassette, and that's what probably most of those were on, or whatever iteration of that is earlier, and all of that is dead. No one has that in their cars anymore. No one listens to that shit, and the music was probably pretty shitty too. But it's dead too. Crazy. But like, movies are still, like, you know, I was saying like those are dying, but like if it's a good 30s movies, it's still around. Or if it's like, I think, well, I guess my point would be that the only thing that survived from that era would be like books. It's like there are books from like before.
Books.
Yeah, there's like crazy good books, I'm sure. And not that I fucking read 30s books, but you know,
No.
I frequently read a book from the 80s, and I've been reading Dragonlance, which is like 83, 85. And The Law of One is 83.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to, like, you know, I read a lot of books from that time. But before that, I'm sure there's great stuff like Catcher in the Rye and stuff like that. And The Lost Boys. Is that a book? The Lost Boys?
Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland, you
Like that,
know. There's a lot of probably great tales from before, but
yeah.
It's kind of sad. Morbid thought.
Ooh,
Most of
Major
that stuff
did a
is gone.
stinky fart.
Major did? You
don't
can smell it? You're really far from Major, and I'm closer. I don't smell any farts. Was it you? You sure you just didn't fart and you like forgot?
Yeah.
You should probably get that checked out. Yeah, the morbid. I don't know. I just let it get quiet. My bad. But not as even those are morbid thoughts. I personally have been writing some films. I wrote down.
You're becoming a filmmaker?
I want to know your opinion on some of the films that I've written.
Are you going for Warner Bros?
And I don't think either of these would qualify. I think if you I'm definitely not getting picked up by Disney. I think they're going to hate these ideas. But you know, maybe one of those obscure like indie filmmakers would
A24 is going to pick it up.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that font. Oh, that font's so good. Yeah, man, like I think they would fucking hate one of these films. I mean, maybe the first one I give you is going to be could be picked up by like DreamWorks or something, or Illumination, and they could just make it. But there's some inappropriate parts, I imagine. They had to have an edgier, more awakened mind for my movies.
James and the Giant Eggplant.
James and the Giant Dick, and it's just him, and he's like
going through puberty and he's jerking off a lot.
Yeah, and like, and it's still claymation. It's still stop motion though, and so his dick isn't like smooth growing. It's like do 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 do. And it's the whole movie is him trying to fuck a peach, but the bugs they're just trying to stop him from doing it because he lives on a farm. And this isn't anything I wrote down.
Then he just ends up fucking a chicken.
Oh no! He'll fuck a goat. Yeah, because I mean that's more fuckable. A chicken's pretty disgusting. A chicken is too small, man. If James and the Giant Dick, he would kill the chicken unless it's part of the movie. And he's like, oh, he found his true love and it's a goat. But what about? But the bugs are all alive like they were in James and the Giant Peach, but they're trying to stop
He's
him
gonna
from
fuck
fucking
that
this.
spider.
Was she hot? She was kind of disturbing, right? Everything in that movie was kind of disturbing. I think I'm thinking of the spider from
You're probably thinking of
Bug's Life, where she was kind of cute. The Black Widow chick. Oh, I'm thinking more of Coraline, where she
That's
was.
what
Like,
I'm thinking. I think you're thinking of Coraline.
yeah, she's pretty terrifying. Was there a spider in James and the Giant Peach?
Pretty sure.
That movie made me uncomfortable, man.
I guess she's like a little mime.
A mime?
She's like a little
No. She's still scary.
no.
Ronnie, throw that up on screen. Ugh. She looks like a mime. That's terrifying. Mimes are creepy. But that's another thing that's dead. Nobody fucking mimes anymore because no one gives a shit. We know there's nothing there. Anyways.
Damn, she got a big pussy. Just kidding.
Oh my god. You show me some fan art. No one better be drawing fan art of James and the Giant Peach. So I wrote some movie scripts. I mean, there's no dialogue. It's just like all information. I'm gonna read it to you, and you tell me what you think. Tell me if you to extrapolate on. Do you think I would get picked up? What are your thoughts about it? All right. There's no title for this. So you can give me a title at the end too. You know. Okay. So there's this slime monster who comes to Earth from a nearby spacecraft that unloads its trash, and it shoots out of the spacecraft and it lands on Earth. It goes through like the atmosphere and burns. You know. It in reality, it's a piece of shit that an alien life form pooped out. The movie starts with an alien dude blowing up a toilet. So he's like, whoa, and he squeezes it all out, right?
Movie title is called Wasted Space.
That's so good. Oh, that might be really good for the ending. So that's so good. A pod shoots out of the ship. It lands on Earth and comes into contact with a dog. It becomes a dog itself. Then they wag their tails together. The dog goes back to a family's house, and assumably the slime would like kind of follow, right? In the shape of a dog, right? It encounters a young kid, and the boy tries playing with it like a baseball. Mm-hmm. Like he takes a slime and he's like, ooh, and he like tries playing with it like a baseball, right? It rests in his living room in a glove. And so, like, you know, it is a ball inside the glove. Mm-hmm. The child is watching the news, and it has, like, the election race on. The parent comes and changes it to cartoons. Mm-hmm. And on TV, it sees Roadrunner and, like, the big ball bomb, you know, where it's, like, has, like, a fuse. And it sees, like, that in the cartoon, right? The boy gets into a fight the next day in the schoolyard, and the ball rolls off the glove and it explodes in the bully's hand after the bully tries using it as a weapon against the kid. The slime puts itself back together and it finds a new home, right? It makes its way to a cam girl's house.
Oh my god.
It watches in wonder and awe as she, off camera, plays with herself. She's screaming and wailing and squirts on the window. And the slime gets startled.
Oh my god.
Okay. It wants to be the toy, so it replaces itself with a banana from the kitchen. It, looking like the dildo that she was using, thought it would be used for excitement. Instead, she ingests the banana, and she becomes a shapeshifter herself. She shapeshifts into a powerful man after seeing how she's treated by other humans. The slime realizes it has to gain power to work in this world of chaos and inequality. It tries to kill, but it realizes after being captured that it is futile to kill, for it leads to self-destruction. It goes through the window above the woman he originally became part of and is left in the cell. Like the woman's left in the cell, you know? And so she's just in jail. And he abandons the body, right? The slime goes into the body of a huge muscle man known as The Rock Johnson. So The Rock Johnson's in this movie, but he's only in the latter half of it. Uh-oh. You're like, oh, I saw the previews, and The Rock is in this movie. He's like really not in it for like a really long time, right? You got to sell the movie somehow. He begins to articulate speech very well, and he sees he has the power of fame. He uses the fame to run for president. And after seeing the popularity of being famous, he ensures his win. The win gains him power over America, and after conversing with a shady man in the office, he sees there is a higher power above the president. He must become that. And that's it. So it reveals a few things. It reveals that there's like a fucked up way of like climbing the ladder, that the fucking presidential system is basically like a fucking American Idol status, or whoever's the most famous. Because right now we have a fucking goofball as a president.
Yeah.
And it was all just because he was famous and an idiot.
Yeah.
And it tells you a little bit about how there's like sexual inequality, about how fucking that girl couldn't, not that she can't be president, but that she was treated differently. And the slime was like, what the fuck? The men. It's clearly a patriarchy. And so he fucking takes The Rock Johnson, being like the most powerful and apparently the most well-paid actor in Hollywood, and becomes a president. But then also realizes there's a shadow government. And he's like, what the fuck? I thought I had shit figured out because this is what the masses are being told. But once he figures out the secret, he's like, oh shit, I gotta fucking become the secret. Because they're the powerful ones. Yeah, so at the end, it's really telling you the biggest message.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Not bad. You actually put a lot of thought into this. Like
I just made it up as I was writing, and then I went backwards and was like, fix things.
It's kind of cool though. Like it'd be like a good like short, like a 10-minute movie, 15-minute movie.
Yeah. I could only see both of these being kind of short. Well, the first one being short. The second one maybe a little longer.
The slime becoming like a woman really reminded me of this movie from like the 80s or 90s. It's called like Shapeshifter or something. There was two of them, or like Entity or something, and it was like green slime, and this woman was like changing forms.
Ew, yeah.
I'll have to look it up after so it doesn't kill
the flow. There was a movie back in the 80s of like this red slime blob thing. Did you know that in Resident Evil 3, when they were making Resident Evil 3, they weren't going to use Nemesis.
Oh, really?
They were going to use a fucking slime. They planned on using some type of like biological weapon thing, but instead of it being like a tyrant, something chasing you, it was still something chasing you, but it was like just a big red blob thing, and they were basing it off of a movie from the 80s that they liked. They ended up not using it because it wasn't scary. Just a stupid idea. And now I'm just stealing Did You Know facts from like that one channel. Did You Know? But that also was not supposed to be Resident Evil 3, and that like Code Veronica was supposed to be 3, but then they made Nemesis 3, and then they Code Veronica just Code Veronica, and they planned on it being on the PS2, but it never made it.
Yeah, I think I heard of that, but it's wild.
Yeah, you find that movie?
No, I don't know. Can't do it. I'll have to look and find it.
Do it.
Because it'll take some.
So you still stand by that title? You think the movie would still be called, what was it? A Waste of Space?
Yeah, or Wasted Space or something.
Yeah, I like that. I kind of like a movie with a cliffhanger ending where you're like, oh shit.
Okay, this is what it is.
Species? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Species. It's a green text, right? The front cover is like a girl like polymorphing.
Yeah, there's like that one, but then also like that one.
Yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah.
Species, yeah. Yeah, like the green slime.
I remember that.
That's what I was thinking of when he said that.
I've never seen that movie, but it's probably terrible.
Probably. We used to have it on VHS. That's how I knew about it.
Have you seen it though?
You
just saw the title of it.
Ew.
Ew.
She like turns into like this crazy thing. What the fuck?
Ew. She looks like Zug Tamoy from fucking D&D or something.
But yeah, she like shapeshifts and stuff, and she's like an alien. Copyright. You infringed. Bad girl squirting.
Bad girl squirt?
By a girl squirting, you copyright infringed on Species.
Oh, because she squirted. Yeah, but I like the shock. It would be like, the camera would be real close to the fucking window, and it's like, And it sprays it on the window, and then the blob's like. But I kind of imagine the blob being like Flubber, you know?
Yeah, I was thinking either Flubber or like
Yeah.
something from Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Some stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I originally thought of this movie as being like an animated movie,
Uh-huh.
but it's kind of, it got a little vulgar towards the squirting part. You can probably leave that part out and just do whatever you want with that, but I kind of like the idea that there's like a little sexual tension in a movie that's not a love interest. Speaking of sexual tension, check this movie out. It's a suspense action movie, okay?
Uh-huh.
So a guy goes into prison. It opens up with him being tossed into the sand pit of this prison, right? It's an obscure prison. It has a spiral staircase like cell structure. So they are about 15 feet from each other. Like the platforms are about 15 feet from each other. They're like, like 15 feet wide.
Yeah.
Like blocks that protrude out of the wall, and then like the cell goes inside, right? And then it'd be like a spiral staircase, but they're all like separated by 15 feet, going all the way up this like giant like circular pit in the ground, right? That's the prison. And each one is about 10 feet out from the next one, right? Be a really tough jump, but maybe you can make it if you like really fucking jumped and then like pulled yourself up, right? So the men all try getting jacked to get to the top, right? Like they work out and shit. Word from the bottom says that there is a way out at the top. The main character tries making it to the top and climbing, but either gets pushed back down by other men who stay in a higher tier, or he falls and fails. Soon he feels hopeless. The prisoners decide to get together to get to the top. They begin to work together. All the while, the prisoners become intimate together, and they start fucking. Did I mention this is also sides as a porno? The guys start to get really into it once they get into like the team to escape. They get sidetracked and abandon the trip up. Too sidetracked by fucking, Soon they remember and realize the mission at hand. They attempt escape by helping each other by forming human bridges and then pulling each other up. They try to get to the top of the cells and they cannot make it, for they are too weak because they wasted all their time fucking. They return to the prison feeling hopeless, like more to the original cells, right? They go back to the wise sage from the bottom and sees that he is gone. In the cell, behind a curtain, is a VHS player and a TV. They're shocked. Like, what the fuck? There's a tape on it, and they put it in. The tape reads, "Only a matter of time." And it plays the men fucking together and forgetting the dream to leave. They were too content. And they were too content during their pursuit. And they lost track, they lost sight of the goal. Yeah. I mean, it might have been more interesting without the fucking, but I thought it was funny with the fucking. I would like a movie in the same way that like that 1899 video game, the Wolf game about like the fucking werewolves and stuff. Was
yeah.
Whatever that movie. It's like a number for the game.
The Order game?
The Order.
Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of dicks in that game, and like no one knew that was going to happen. I want a movie to do that to you, where you like watch a movie and it's like on purpose a porno, but there's a plot, but there's still like a lot of fucking, and you're like,
just watch Euphoria on HBO.
I don't know what that is. Don't bring up things that I don't know.
It's a TV series about like teens and
stop. Literally stop. Good. Okay, so it's a TV show about people fucking.
Yeah, it's like deals with depression and stuff like that. It's got Zendaya as the main character. It's pretty interesting. It had like the most dicks ever in a TV show.
What the hell?
In the first episode.
Does Zendaya get fucked? That's crazy.
I don't think she does, but it's just like,
what the hell?
Yeah, it's weird.
She plays fucking. Does she play Gwen in the new fucking the new Spider-Man movies?
Goober.
Mary Jane. That's right. She plays Mary Jane. That's right. Still, it'd be crazy.
That concept also kind of reminded me of a movie I just watched recently on Netflix. Platform, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I didn't watch that, though. That's in Spanish, isn't it?
Uh-huh. But it was interesting and really brutal.
Did we talked about it, right? Or oh no. A girl in at my work told me about it. Where it's like the food goes down.
Yeah, and like,
but like there's enough for everybody
if everybody takes like one bite.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts like there's 333 levels,
Mm-hmm.
and it stays at every level for 2 minutes. And then if everybody ate their own portion, then everybody would get fed. But everybody up in like one has a feast and stuff, because every month everyone's knocked out and then rearranged in different levels.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go from level 1 to like level 300 and not eat for a month.
Oh shit.
So it causes people to like eat their cellmate or things like that. And
oh shit.
this guy was in level like 17 or 7 or something and was trying to make like a peace treaty. So he went on like one special dish to make it all the way to the bottom and all the way back up to show like a message to the creators of this prison.
Mm-hmm. Because does the platform go back up?
Yeah. After
okay.
it's at the bottom, it comes back up. And then
so then how do people not try to get on that platform and go up?
because I think it was like if you leave your cell or something, you die. But I don't know how the guys were going up and down. I don't know. I can't remember. I kind of fell asleep and then woke up and then.
Great story. Okay, go ahead. Ah! That spike.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, ends up like being really weird and ending really short. But it was really fucked up and brutal.
Have you seen there's a weird Oh wait, so what do you call my movie? What do you call that? What do you call like the spiral cell movie?
No Hope.
I don't like that.
Okay. I don't like your fucking script, bitch.
Because it's mostly just a stupid porno movie. But it makes you kind of feel bad after you like come from watching it. Like you watch this obviously gay porno movie and you're like, someone's gonna jerk off to it, right? But when they get to the end and they like make you feel bad for being like complacent is the word I was looking for earlier. You become complacent and then you realize like after busting you're like, oh, I could be doing something with my life, but instead I'm jerking off. Like I should be more productive and like get out of this prison that is my life. There's always a little bit of philosophy in my stupid movie ideas or in anything that I do.
You call it head cage.
Head cage. Kind of like that. And he's like, oh, fuck my head cage. Like, what is that? And then he sticks his dick in his mouth.
And then he gets one in each ear.
Oh my God. Well, they just come in his ears. And then that one guy can never really hear the whole movie. No.
Yeah.
He has to like lean to one side so it all comes out. But then the other side goes more in. So he has to like lean that one out even harder. And they have to flush it out with spit and stuff. I never thought of how they got fed and stuff. I felt like that would have been too much like that movie you just explained. So I was like, I don't
obviously know. Feed each other protein, and that's how they.
Oh, with cum, that's right.
Yeah.
Maybe like each cell would have like a little deposit, and they would slide the food underneath. That kind of makes sense. Have you seen Old Boy?
No.
Holy fuck! You haven't seen Old Boy?
Probably not. What's it look like?
So it's a Korean movie. So it's originally a Korean movie that they made into an American movie played by some big American actors.
The Rock?
No, it's some. it's like this older dude who plays the main character, and the girl who plays Scarlet Witch in like Infinity War and stuff. She's in it too. Something Olsen, Kate Olsen.
Yeah, it's one of the
Olsen twins.
The older. Yeah.
She's in that movie, and she gets naked and everything. So, and there's like a weird fuck scene too. So, that movie is fucking incredible. You know how Kaylee doesn't like movies? I was just explaining that my wife doesn't watch sit through movies. Elizabeth Olsen. That movie is so fucking good, dude. I have it on my like Amazon list of movies that I have to buy. It's on there in Blu-ray. You gotta watch that movie. We should we could watch it together. It's fucking crazy. And then you'll watch it with Anthony because you'll go, what the fuck? That movie was wild.
I think I remember a trailer for the original, like the Korean one. But,
Really?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Don't read the plot. You'll fuck yourself up. Don't read the plot.
5.7, 40% on RT.
No, you remember Marco, our boss at GameStop?
Uh-huh.
He said something like, "What's the worst shit that you can do to a man?" And I was like, I don't know, man, like cut his balls off, cut his dick off, but still make it so he could like pee and stuff, because that would be pretty awful. I was like, I don't know, man, torture is pretty horrible. And he was like, watch Old Boy and you'll get your answer. And I was like, what is that? And he explained it. He's like, it's on Netflix, just watch it, it's fucking good. And then I watched it. I was like, I don't know if I agree that that's the worst thing, but holy shit, movie, you don't see that coming. You don't get it. But like, Samuel L. Jackson's in it too. It's fucking good, dude. It's super good.
Is it still on Netflix?
I don't think so. That's why I wanted to buy it on like DVD or something. I saw it at a pawn shop and I didn't buy it, and I should have. It was, it would have been like $1, and I just didn't.
Yeah.
And it was in a good case too. It was like in a yellow case. It got like it was like on DVD. I think I wanted it on Blu-ray, so I just told myself I'd get it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happened. The movie's fucking crazy.
I'll be the judge of that.
You should watch it. I mean, it's probably on Prime. You could probably watch it on Prime.
Oh, yeah, true. I'll look and see.
Yeah.
Might watch it tonight.
What was I gonna say? I was saying something before Old Boy. Movie. Fucking crazy is prison. Oh, have you seen that movie? I think it's a short movie, but it's like they're standing. I think it's called The Circle, maybe, but it's like,
oh yeah, where they can't move out of that little.
They're in a circular
like,
room, and then like there's a timer. It's like dude.
It's like the red.
Dude, and then someone dies.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
A little bit, but I fell asleep.
I mean, I saw the ending. It's kind of predictable in some way, but like that was a weird movie where it's not really a movie. It's just like kind of mysterious, and I think it was like something to do with like aliens or something, or like even like the government. But it was like a black room, and then they like
there was like red circles on the floor that everybody stood in or something.
Yeah, then like
at least that's the cover.
I think they like it was whoever thought that that person should die would die, and then it was like collective. And so like when someone offended somebody else, it was like they thought about that person, and then they died. Yeah. That was crazy. And then I think, that's kind of how I would feel like my movie would be, where it'd be kind of short, where it'd be like, oh, it's like an hour long, if that, and then you get out, whatever you get, Yeah. I don't think that movie needed to be as long as it was, but it was still okay. That movie reminded me of that movie that you were just talking about, like The Platform. Oh yeah. Yeah, they have that same kind of like vibe, weirdness, where it's like weird. It's like, I don't want to say it's dystopian, but it's like some weird like alien type shit, where it's like, what the fuck? Why?
Feels like humans being shitty.
Yeah.
Not like
it's like a philosophical movie, but it's also like, have you seen Mr. Nobody?
No, we haven't watched that yet.
You know that's my favorite movie, right? Like my favorite. There's Fantastic Mr. Fox, and then there's Mr. Nobody. They're like right there. Two totally different movies.
You've told me we're gonna watch it together, but we haven't.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? That's a movie that's like the best stoner movie, period. And not like fucking How High or Scary Movie, or it's like a movie that when you're high, you're like, holy shit. And it hits you like 10 times harder. God damn, that's a good movie. I'll bring that over, like, maybe next time.
Okay.
That movie's crazy. I can't believe it. It's long, though. You got to be, like, really dedicated to that movie. It's, like, almost 3 hours. It's, like, 2.5 hours. It's so good, though. Like, everything about it is, like, every single thing is important. You know how Jenna is? Where she's, like, really distracted? She'll draw. She can't keep up a conversation very long. She was drawing and just stopped. never does that, and she watched the whole movie. And I do have this on Blu-ray, so we can watch it
Yeah,
in high quality.
But
She focused that whole movie, and then at the end, she was like, "Honestly, you have a really good taste in movies." I was like, "All of the movies that I have are really good, but I only have like me personally. I have like 10 movies. Like, yeah, I think the only two like really kind of like, non-philosophical movies I really have are like Django, and Star Trek. Like the second one with Khan, because that movie's badass and it's really pretty. And then like the fucking Spider-Man Infinity War movies, Avengers movies. Those are like the only like non-philosophical movies, and those are still good though. I'm not gonna buy a movie that's. I can't believe I haven't bought Old Boy. I kind of forget about it like all the time because I don't know if I didn't know you hadn't seen it, so I didn't really have a reason to not buy it.
Let me see if I can find it. Amazon Prime Video.
It's definitely on there. It's like $10, I think. I think it's on my list.
Well, I'm about to say it's free because.
Oh, if it's like on Prime
Yeah.
Video, it might be. But I like having physical copies.
Well, no, I do too.
So that's my movie suggestion. Not only for you, but for like the viewer, you know. So Mr. Nobody, one of the best movies I've ever watched in my entire life. It has like beautiful philosophical weight to it. It's like,
yeah, you have to rent it.
It's all about the value of choice, and it's fucking so good. It's really weird. It's like a very unusual movie, and it's one you really gotta watch. Like you gotta like sit and watch it. Like when I was with Jenna in the beginning, she wasn't really like, she was trying to pay attention, so I had to be like, this moment is very important. But then it became like every moment is very important because we're always telling you something, and it's like a movie that kind of plays 3 or 4 different timelines all at once, so you gotta kind of like keep track of what's going on. And luckily Jared Leto looks different in every timeline, so it's like easier to keep track of. But it's so beautiful, dude. It makes me cry like almost every time. Yeah, fucking phenomenal. Old Boy is like a fucking, if you're really, it's an action movie at the same time that it's like a philosophical movie. Well, not philosophical really, but it's a twist. There's definitely some twisty parts. It's cool because he's like a drunk and he becomes like a badass kind of.
Yeah, I think I might have even watched like a little bit of the Korean one.
So fucking good. And oh, dude, there's a fight scene that takes place in 2D. It's so cool. Like he goes to fight because he gets badass like, you know, 30 minutes into the movie, and he fights like a fucking ton of dudes. And it's so, have you ever played Comic Zone? It's an old like Sega game. It was like an old PC game, and it was like a side scroller. And the guy, he was blonde. He kind of looked like Duke Nukem, and he like fights dudes side scroll, and he fights like aliens and like other random comic book things. It was kind of like that where he's fighting these dudes 2-dimensionally, and then he like climbs down and fights another tier of dudes 2-dimensionally. It's so cool. It's fucking so bad. That's like one of the coolest parts of the movie. There's a lot of cool parts, but it's like really interesting. It's so good. I'd love to watch that again. So I'd watch it with you if you wanted to. It's fucking super good. Viewers, Old Boy, Mr. Nobody. Don't you dare come back to this podcast without watching those 2 things. And tell me what you think.
And Invisible Man.
And Invisible Man. We gotta watch that for sure. You don't have that though, do you? Huh?
No, I'm gonna buy it though.
Maybe I'll ask Kaylee if she wants to watch that tonight. But that's like $20. But you know,
it might be cheaper now that it's out.
Maybe.
Because I think it's. I mean, it's out physically. I'm pretty sure. So I don't think they would keep it. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten any in my store, so I don't know.
Rent. Oh yeah, it's still $20.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. Like literally, probably the best movie I've seen in a while.
Wow, really? So, last thing, because this turned out to be a pretty good podcast. Do you what is? So I recommend 2 movies, right? You recommended Invisible Man. Do you have like a music recommendation that you've like been listening to right now? Because I know I have one, and I've talked about it like for like a week and a half.
Like my Apple Music, because I've
Okay.
been listening to like a bunch of shit lately, to where it's not really like a same. So you can go with yours. I mean,
Okay.
so you can.
I'm gonna say. So I know y'all probably all are not into deathcore, right? But I'm gonna fucking say it anyways. Vermicide Violence. I know that sounds like a super brutal name, like Cannibal Corpse, and it's gonna be disgusting. This band fucking kills it. So it's like a parody band. I know. Wait. Just listen. So it's a parody band. Have you listened to this album yet?
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
No, it was good. Actually.
So it's a band that I think is a bunch of YouTubers who like came together. I know Jared Dines does a guitar solo in it, and then there's a dude who did a bunch of like other metal stuff. I can't remember his name, but he's like wears glasses and he's really funny. But it's not that Tom Barry guy on YouTube. It's somebody else, and they do this fucking holy shit. They make an album about being sick, about different sicknesses. Like they have one about coronavirus, obviously. They have one about malaria. That is one of the best songs on the album. It's so fucking good. They have one about what's the thing that people are worried about? Autism. And then they have one about breast cancer that's fucking hilarious. And then they have one song that is breakdowns like galore, and it's mostly breakdowns that they like twisted. Oh, so it's a song about deafness, and they make it from breakdowns of other bands, and it's fucking killer. So fucking good. One of the best albums if not my favorite album this year, because they do it so well. It's not like some comedy fucking album like Ninja Sex Party.
I'm about to say that.
It's not like that at all. It's so fucking well done. Like the vocals are fucking great. The guitar is the shit. They do like great instrumental parts. They go the full 10. They don't slack at all. They don't like. It's like it doesn't even really seem like they're like trying to make a comedy album. But it's so fucking brutal. It's so good. And the vocals are so good. And everything is so good. 10 out of 10. Favorite album of the year. For now. I mean, we're like a third of the way through the year. But
say we got a while.
But holy shit. For a parody deathcore album, and I'm really not that into deathcore, holy fuck, it's so good. And the album cover doesn't do it like the justice it deserves. It's just like it's like people being destroyed by some snake, but they all look like nurses and doctors.
Yeah.
It's so badass though. Holy fuck, it's such a good album. Okay, I'll stop. And he looks like Aaron. Shout out to Aaron.
Oh my god. There he is.
Oh yeah, he's online. They're still playing Call of Duty.
I know.
They've been playing. I got on at 10 o'clock. They're still playing.
Oh my god.
Fuck that. I think they might just keep it on though, because like
yeah, I don't know if it's like say you have it until you close it, you turn off your system while the game's on. It might still.
I don't know, because sometimes I'll send them invites when it's like they're on Call of Duty but they're not. But we won first place today in Battle Royale, so it's getting fucking good. And I got a pink gun.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it took me forever to get that skin. You got to get like 140 hip fire kills, and you know your boy got that. So I don't know, it may not have been 140 actually, but it was something like that.
Spray and pray.
I got a shotgun attachment to my gun finally, and I started using that, and that still counts. So, so what's your album recommendation?
My probably favorite I've listened to this year. I think I sent it to you. I don't know. You probably didn't listen to it.
You'll have to tell me first before you accuse me. What is it?
Her name's Lapsley, and it's called Through Water. The first song.
That?
Yeah, it's like her floating underwater.
Go ahead though.
But it's amazing. I like every song of it. The first one's kind of weird because it's very like informative of like the water crisis and stuff like that.
The water crisis.
Well, just like you'll listen.
The thing that we have 70% of the Earth of. So 70% of the Earth is water, right?
No,
it's drinkable. You just got to get the salt out.
I'm just saying you'll listen to.
Is it a water crisis?
But just kidding. Oh my god.
This. I have it right here. I haven't listened to this at all. It's right here. I don't know why I haven't listened. I can listen to it on my way home.
Yeah, sure.
It's sitting right next to my Novelist album. And I probably scroll through this and go, Novelist. Like, don't even look at it.
But no, it's good. Lynch 3 or Lynch 9. Can't remember. It's amazing.
Yeah, Lynch 3. Or Ligne 3. Ligne 3.
Yeah, Ligne 3. And then Sadness is a Shade of Blue is amazing. Like, probably my favorite. Woman is really good.
There you go. It's a little bit of it.
But yeah, like, Sadness is a Shade of Blue is really good and really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it starts off with saying, like, happiness is like the shade in the desert. Which, few and far between.
It's really pretty.
It's amazing. Like, it's a very pretty album. Very, like, 90s, dancey, dreamy.
Yeah,
sad.
What's that lady's name with the moon? Hannah something?
Oh, yeah, Hannah Diamond.
Hannah Diamond. That's very 90s, like, dancey.
Yeah, but that's, like, very, like, electronic dancey.
Yeah,
this is, like, completely different.
Oh,
it's just,
okay.
It's, I mean, you'll listen to it and see.
I will listen to it in the car. Now that I have my car back, I can, like, groove hard. Yeah. Because I was listening to music in my mom's old Civic, and I was like, I want to crash this car. It's so disgusting. It's so terrible. You know what's fucked up is that's an '07. And then when I had that car in like 2012, I was like, man, this car's so fucking cool. Digital fucking everything. Blue lights. I put the blue lights in the top, blue lights in the floorboard.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
It fucking sucks. That car sucks.
Yeah, it's fucking awful.
And then even the new Civics aren't that tech savvy at all. No, my Optima fucking is awesome, dude. Drives like a bullet. I always say it's like a jet. I feel like I'm driving around in a fucking jet.
Beep beep.
I love my car, and the Civic sucks. That Civic sucks. The Civic doesn't suck, but do your research. There's better cars out there. Because when I sat in the new 2018s, because I got my car in 2019, when I sat in the 18 Civic, I was like, and I did a drive around, I was like, I was really sad to go, And I was like, because it looks so pretty on the outside. Mm-hmm. But when I got into the Optima, I got into an 2011 Optima, the first one, and I was like, whoa, holy shit. And it like the pinpoint turn, like the dime turn, what do they call that? Where you can like on their back left or your back right tire, if you turn it standing still, it'll go a perfect circle, like a compass. And I was like, holy shit, dude. It's a nice car. Then I got in my 2019 model, and I was like, or my 2018 model, holy shit.
And they just redid it again for 2021. It's completely different now.
It's a different body and everything.
Yeah.
This body's been out for a little while, though.
Yeah,
it's like a 4-year mark. I think they do it every 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks insane. I'll have to show you.
Fuck, I can't wait. I'm not going to... What am I saying? I can't wait to see it, but like I'm not going to get a new car. My car's awesome.
No.
I have like 40,000 miles on this car. It's got a life. And these Optimas are crazy, man. They have like it's like built like a tank, but it's like a jet, you know? So it's like, it has like this metal bar in the fucking, inside the frame to prevent like collapse and to help with like the impact. And then it has like this tarred, what's that called? Like a retardant where it like falls down and like closes over the fire. If there was a fire in your engine, that's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And like the frame is supposed to like fold in to protect you.
Yeah.
So cool. From like
and
a direct
impact.
Drops
out actually. Like
yeah. Like pops out the bottom or something. That's fucking sick.
So it doesn't go in your lap.
So cool. Yeah, it's supposed to shift of some kind. That is so cool.
But yeah.
Such a badass
Kias
car.
are great. So are Hyundais. So I've had two.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a car person for sure. Oh man. But what was my point?
I don't even know.
Cars. I don't really care about cars, but my car's sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's it, man. Like this is the podcast. I think it was a good podcast. I feel good about this one.
For being a 10.
Is it 10 o'clock?
Our podcast number 10.
Oh. Yeah. For being number 10, yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think they're getting better, and then like the quality's getting better, and the flow's getting better. It's just nice to sit and talk about stupid shit. And this one felt really like well organized. Yeah. I'm not gonna suck my own dick here, but man, when someone says that though, hey, I don't mean to suck my own dick, but don't say anything else after that. Don't, because whatever you say after that is gonna make you look like such an asshole.
Just throat your own cock and be done with it.
Yeah, just suck your own dick instead, bro. And just shut your mouth with that. All right, we love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. That was feels like a pretty good podcast. Yeah, we love you. Don't forget, watch Old Boy, watch Mr. Nobody, watch Invisible Man. Listen to Lapsy. And then listen to Vermicide Violence. And
don't listen to that.
Go back and listen to some Amy Winehouse, man. Because that shit is still good.
Amy Schumer?
No, not Amy Schumer. She steals jokes.